What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now today we're going to be taking a look at these socks right here. These are the new Pure Grip Socks Elite. Now this is their latest model. So we have the Pure Grip Sock, the Pure Grip Sock Pro, and now the Elite version. And these are quite different from the Pro model. Now this is the packaging, same packaging as in the other sock from Pure Grip Socks. And here you guys can actually see like the materials, or like what the sock is, like premium materials, engineered compression, extra soft, anti-blister base, and we'll talk about these stuff in the video. All right, so here we have the sock, and there is quite a bit of difference between the Pro and the Elite model, mainly in like the knitted and the way it's constructed, and also here the base is also different. So I guess we'll just look at the base of the sock, and this is like a different material from the Pro model, and it's supposed to be like an anti-blister like material. So I guess it's supposed to hold your foot like on the inside, and it's not supposed to like move around, and it's supposed to grab your foot a little bit better. So like there's no friction on the inside, and it's kind of like not thick, but it is a little bit padded. It is kind of fuzzy. I'll flip it over so you guys can see like this material here. Hopefully the camera focuses. You guys can see it kind of does like move. It is a little bit on the fuzzy side. It is soft, so that's kind of good, but I'm guessing this is supposed to like hold your foot a bit better, so there's no movement on the inside. And if it does like move around, it's just supposed to be a bit softer, so no blisters happen. So no grips on the inside, but I'm guessing this material will like hold your foot a little bit more. Another change that we do have are the grips themselves. So here the grips are actually a bit smaller in size, but it does seem like there's a lot more of them this time around. So you guys can see they're a lot smaller. There's more of them. No like grips here, just here on the outside of the foot, in the heel, and going up the heel. So for the most part, I feel like it's gonna grip your inside of the boot pretty well. And just to show you guys the difference, here we have the Pure Grip Sock Pro, and you guys can see like the difference. Like here, they are a lot smaller. These are a bit bigger, and it does seem like there's a lot more of them compared to the Pro model. And they kind of go further out to the side. So I feel like it's going to provide a good amount of grip inside your boot. Another big difference is like the knitted material here on top. You guys can see it has these like ridges, and this material actually has more of a compression feel. So I feel like these are just going to have a tighter fit on feet. And this top material actually does feel a little bit thicker. It doesn't feel as thin as like the Pro model, which for me, I do prefer a thinner sock even on top. And there's just a little bit more padding on top. So I guess if you guys do like a padded sock, I guess you'll like these. But for me, I do like a thinner sock, and these do feel like they just have a little bit more padding here. You guys can see mainly here on this top, and a little bit here in the toe box, or like here in this area, it is a bit thinner. But like moving up the sock into the ankle, there is just a little bit more padding. And I guess that's just for like a comfort thing, just so that you have a little bit more padding in these areas, as well as just to reinforce like these weaker areas. And up the tube, for the most part, it looks the same. It doesn't feel super different. There is a little bit more tension, I feel like, on the sock actually, now that I am like stretching it. I'm not sure if it's because they're new, but they do feel like they just have a little bit more tension compared to the Pro model. And just all across the top of the foot, actually, now that I am feeling it, it does feel like it just has a little bit more tension on top of the foot, which I guess is a good thing, just because it's going to have a tighter fit and the sock is not going to move around. And I'm guessing the tube, because it is a tighter fit, it won't like slide down, which is a good thing, which I didn't have a problem in the Pro model. So the normal Pure Grip socks are pretty good for the price. The only thing is that I feel like the material isn't as premium, obviously, and they just feel like they just stretch too much, and they just lose its shape over time. And so after a while, they just feel a little bit like loose on feet, which I don't really like. The Pure Grip Sock Pro does fix that problem, so they do use a better like material here on the sock, and it doesn't stretch all that much. It keeps its shape really well, and for the most part, it's a pretty good sock. I didn't really find any issues with them. The only thing that I found kind of annoying are these like little like knitted areas here on the like the stitching area, where you do get like some extra material, and sometimes that will like kind of jab into my feet once I did have my cleats on. It kind of got annoying, so I kind of had to cut it off on the inside as much as possible, just to like reduce that like bit of extra material here. Hopefully that does not happen with these. I haven't tried them on feet, so I'll let you guys know. But yeah, that's kind of the only annoying part that I did find, is like these little like areas where like the stitching just finishes, there's just a little bit of extra material, and it's just annoying because it would rub against my like small toe. But other than that, like it was a pretty good sock. Like I said, I still use these from time to time. All right, so I'll do an on feet portion to show you guys how these fit. All right, guys, so here I have the socks on feet, and what I kind of noticed right away is like the top material, like the top of the foot of the sock, does feel a little bit tighter. Like it just feels like it's hugging your foot a little bit more compared to the Pro model. It just feels like there's a little bit more tension, and it just feels like there's a little bit of extra material. So if you guys can see here, like how there is like kind of a triangle, there is a little bit more padding on this area of the foot, as well as like up the heel and the ankle area, which I guess is nice. But for me, I do like a thinner sock, so I don't really love that there's a little bit more material here on top of the foot. Like this area of the foot is on the thinner side, but there's just a little bit of extra material here in this area. You guys can see the lines going through. It's not a lot of extra material, but it is a little bit noticeable in my opinion. Like the rest of the sock, you know, it fits really nice. You guys can see here, like the grips there up the heel, bottom of the foot. There's no like extra material. There's no extra space. Like there's no extra material here on the toes, which can get annoying. But you guys can see here, they fit pretty nice. No extra materials anywhere. So the fit is great. The bottom of the foot doesn't feel like it's overly padded, which is nice, I guess. I thought this material would feel too padded and maybe too thick for my liking, but it's not too bad. Like it feels pretty good. They're not thin, but they do have a good amount of cushioning underfoot. Like this tube area of the foot, like I said, does feel like it just has a little bit more tension, and it just feels a little bit more compressed in my opinion, which for me, you know, it feels really nice. I like it. And overall, I feel like it is a good improvement coming from their Pro model. It just has like better materials used. Like the tension in different areas of the sock is great. The fit is good. The grips, obviously we'll see how they perform, but for the most part, if they perform the same as the Pro model, I'm pretty sure these will perform good as well. And there's just a lot more grips on the bottom of the foot. Overall, they're a good improvement, and I'll leave you guys with my final thoughts. Alright guys, so overall the Pure Grip Sock Elite, I feel like it does make good improvements coming from the Pro model. Like I said, I really like that feeling that you get on top of the foot where it has more tension and it just feels a bit tighter, like a compression fit. So I'd really like that. The Pro model, like obviously doesn't have that. It doesn't fit loose, but obviously you could really feel the difference between these two socks, especially here on top of the foot. And this area, it is a lot thinner and it does stretch a little bit easier compared to this one. This one does have just a little bit more tension across the top of the foot. The only thing that I guess I'm not in love with is the extra bit of material you do get here across the top of the foot. And for me, I just prefer a thinner sock, and that's just personal preference. So for me, I do really feel this extra material on top of the foot just because I am used to wearing pretty thin socks. In the ankle area, I don't really mind. But hopefully when I do have my boots on, I don't really feel it. It goes away once I do start playing with them. And the price of these is $18.99, which I think is a fair like price just because these do feel a bit more premium than the Pro model. They just feel that much nicer. So for me, I would pay that price. Again, it's still under $20. Other socks do go for more. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you're notified for future videos. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.